Hey guys, it's Chris from eXp Educators, and boy, today I am so excited. I have heard so much, and you're going to be very, very pleased to listen to this interview. And we have Sheila Fejeran from Dallas, Texas, and Puerto Rico. She's doing two things now, as some of the super successful are. She's been selling real estate at a high level for many years. I'm going to let Sheila tell her story. She came to us through Brent, and she's going to tell you about a phone call that probably changed the course of her and her family's life, would be my first guess. She has changed the lives of literally thousands and thousands of people, maybe tens of thousands of people, to be quite honest with you. And Sheila, thank you for taking your time today. I know you're super busy. We really appreciate it. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me here. I appreciate it. Well, I guess people want to know about eXp. So I've been at eXp. I just passed my 5-year anniversary date.
Wow.
So I'm super excited about that. Super excited to be a part of this company. And originally got my start in real estate with builders. Mm-hmm. I was working with a gentleman that some of you may know. His name is Jerry Jones, who owns the Cowboys. And I started with his company in new home sales in a custom luxury development that he owned, and then moved from there to the luxury division of a big national builder called David Weekley. Mm-hmm. And I helped design homes. I used to work with the clients on site, and I would literally cut and paste blueprints and build 10,000 square foot homes on paper. Nice. And then give them to my CAD operator and have him put the roof on and, do the CAD drawings and all that stuff. So that's how I started in the business. And then I moved over into the agency side over a decade ago, and quickly wound up running a company in Plano. Mm-hmm. that we had the exclusive HUD contract from Dallas to Arkansas. Oh, wow. And then helped build it up to 15 REO contracts in 12 offices in 4 states. So my team and we had about 40 agents on my team. I was the managing broker, VP, all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And pretty much he was kind of retiring at retirement age. So really I ran the company. I made all the decisions. And we sold about 6,000 plus homes, 6,000 to 7,000 homes together, my team and I.
Whoa.
So yeah, we were really busy. And back then it was, it was easy 100, 150 a month we were selling. It was nuts. So it was really, really crazy. And, I wound up meeting Rob Flick. I was updating my broker's license, and I was sitting in a class. It's one of those things that you know how you say that's a God thing? Mm-hmm. Because I'm one of those procrastinators where I won't update my license until like the month it's due normally. Right. And so I'm like squeezing down to the last few days of the month to get my license updated typically. But for whatever reason, this was months in advance. I decided something hit me, go to class. Something kept pushing me to go to class. And I'm like, whatever, okay, I'll go to class. And there was Rob Flick. Yeah. And he did the famous presentation. Mm-hmm. It was me, there's 50 brokers in the room.
Wow.
And I was the only one that came forward.
Wow.
Out of 50 brokers. So it changed my life. It changed Rob's life. And then a lot of people ask me, well, how did you meet Brent, or how did all this get started? And really what happened when I was sitting in that chair listening to Rob, because I had built this company with the 12 offices, and I was already running a virtual brokerage, because back then we didn't have Zoom. Yep. We had Skype, but Skype was not good.
Yes.
And so I used to run all of my office meetings off of GoToMeeting or GoToWebinar. And you didn't have what we have right now, like this.
Yeah.
And so I was already running a virtual brokerage, and then I would travel periodically to each of the offices to support the agents. So the concept of eXp made perfect sense to me. It was, to me, it was a no-brainer because I was already doing it. I just didn't have the video component to it or the world component to it. So the thing I thought as I was listening to Rob talk was, if I can build 12 offices and have the leverage I have with these 12 offices to sell 6,000 to 7,000 homes,
Mm-hmm.
I could build 50 offices across 50 states. That's what was in my head, was 50 states.
Yeah.
And I thought, if I can have people in every major city in America, then the leverage that creates is life-changing. And so that's literally what I started out doing. Is I made the decision that I was going to call every single major agent I knew in every major market across America.
Wow.
And one of those calls was Brent.
Yeah. Just one phone call could change the course of not just your business, but your whole family's life. You know.
Well, I think it's changed not just my life and my family's life. I think about all of the people that I've been able to give to, and even the other people that I brought into the company besides Brent.
Mm-hmm.
What that money's been able to do. I've provided jobs. I've provided leads. I've provided systems and services and assistance. And I donate over 10% of my gross income every year.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And so I support 10 charities around the world. And so, I mean, because of the decision for Brent to come and because of the money I'm making because of that one person, we're literally feeding, clothing, giving medical supplies, education. I support 60 children going to school in Africa right now. I mean, just hundreds and thousands of people's lives that are impacted because of that one decision. Yeah,
that is just awesome. So continue with your story, because everybody knows about Brent. There's a lot of other people that have kind of come into your path as well, that have been just and I hate to say life changing, but it really is life changing. I mean, you're on that treadmill, and then all of a sudden, boom, it changes a bit. And tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I think we all operate in a bubble. Mm-hmm. When we get into real estate, we're in this little bubble. And we're in the bubble of our business, our world, our sphere, our office, our broker, our agents, just this little tiny bubble.
Exactly.
And really, you're just kind of grinding it out, trying to get one more listing, one more sale, meet one more goal, get one more buyer agent or one more listing agent on your team. And it's just this all-consuming little kind of reality you build for yourself in real estate. Mm-hmm. The amazing thing about eXp is it bursts the bubble in a good way. Yes. Because it then makes you look up, and it becomes no limits, no boundaries. We have this thing, we call it agents without boundaries in the company, because we don't have the franchise model where you only operate out of that one location. Yeah. And because of the way our model is a corporation, that means you and I can talk across states. You and I can talk across continents. You and I can talk around the world, literally, and join together in this company and be a part of the same team. Yeah. So the leverage here is literally beyond anything that's ever been created in history. And the only thing I guess I could kind of compare it to is like Starbucks, in the sense that Starbucks is one big global corporation. So wherever you go in the world, Starbucks is the same macchiato in India that it is in Tokyo. Yeah. You get the same product or the same thing. Yep. And so it gives us the chance to look outside ourselves, to look outside our office, to look outside our model, and then truly build relationships and support with each other that you don't have in a traditional model. So, for example, if you and I partner, and if you're in New York and I am in Dallas, I can support you here
Mhm.
because I don't have to be your brokerage. eXp is your brokerage.
Right.
So eXp has brokers on staff to support you in how to write a contract and how to make sure your paperwork's done correctly, how to make sure your state compliance is done correctly. And then I can support you as a team lead, and I can help you coach, train, build your business, level up, mentor you, sponsor you, and just help you with actually building the beast, so to speak,
Yes.
and helping you build your organization. So it's an incredibly powerful model because it's almost like we're unpaid team leaders.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in a traditional office, the team leader is the one that sponsors people. They are the one that builds the business. They are the one that coaches people and trains people and helps them build their business.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one person in an office of how many hundreds of people?
Yeah.
Versus you being able to communicate and work with me directly and me be focused on helping you build your business. And I'm not having to do all the other stuff that that team leader is doing. I'm solely focused on how can I help you? How can I assist you? What can I do to invest in you and help you build your business? So it's a pretty remarkable structure.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if everybody, when they built this thing, I don't even know if they realized how amazing this was, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're definitely all getting it, all getting the benefits of it now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and you've been here for 5 years, and maybe not the very beginning of eXp, but certainly when you came, when Rob talked to you, I can't imagine there were were there even 1,000 agents at that time?
About 1,000 agents when I came.
Wow. So in the beginning, kind of, you saw it. What was kind of your belief and mindset in coming to eXp? Because you obviously had a wildly successful independent brokerage that was doing, 6,000 houses. My goodness, that's a ton. You know, even for an REO broker, that is just massive. What kind of, again, take us back to what was your belief and mindset when you saw it and you're sitting there going, okay, 1,000 agents. This is, tell me what you saw, what you believe. That's really, I'm very interested in that.
You know, the truth is I didn't see this. I didn't see what's happened. I thought more in the tens and 20s and hundreds. I wasn't thinking in the thousands and hundreds of thousands at that point. My vision changed a lot over the last 5 years. And, you know, what's that old saying? You can go as far as you can see and then you can see further. It's like I could only see so far. And so to me, it was really about the day-to-day work of one at a time. I really just thought one at a time. If I can get one more, if I can get one more, if I can get one more. And so my goal was just like everybody else's to make sure I had 40 so that all 7 levels were open. So that was my goal, was just 40. And I thought, let me start there. That's a good goal. And I already had 40 agents at my other brokerage. So that goal made sense to me. It was not, it was big in the sense of I was starting over here, but it wasn't big in the sense of been there, done that. I've built that before.
Right.
So it was realistic and it was measurable in the sense of I was used to talking to agents. So I knew if I put in the work that it was a numbers game. No different than being in sales is if you make 100 calls, you're going to convert 1 client on internet leads, right?
Yeah.
Statistically.
Yeah.
So I figured I'll probably get better statistics than 1 out of 100. Only because agents are easier to find the clients.
Yes, they are.
Agents literally have their phone number plastered on the side of their vehicle and on all their marketing material. So I knew how to get in touch with them. I knew the phone numbers were correct, right?
Exactly.
They're going to give you the correct information. And I just knew I had to do the work. So it really was a commitment of every day making X number of phone calls. And at the time, I was still doing my own business. I came over with a little team. I was doing 15 million.
Yeah.
And so I wound up doubling my business my first year here because I was able to focus on just building my business.
Mm-hmm.
And then I focused on making phone calls.
Wow. Wow. That's really it. You just put in the work. I mean, it's not like a magic formula there. It's just, you take a $15 million operation and you doubled that in your first year. So that technology may have helped out just a little bit. Mm-hmm. and you were able to grow an organization. So we'll touch back on the organization. On a personal side, how has it affected your family's lives, or you and your family's lives, I should say?
Well, it's affected me in really every way, mm-hmm. because obviously it's affected me financially. Sure. I mean, through the benefits of rev share and all the stock, honestly, I've earned so much stock at eXp. And when I came, the stock was $1.75, I think, was my original stock.
Wow.
And we wound up getting, before we split, up to like 175.
Yeah.
So my stock value is in the millions already. Yeah. And the rev share is in the millions already. And so it's completely changed my financial life.
Let me get this straight. So your equity is in the millions. Your income is in the millions. Wow. Okay, continue on. Sorry, that just hit me like a ton of bricks right there. The equity portion especially.
And I think everybody has different opinions of what wealth is, or what they feel comfortable with wealth is. And I own many houses as an investor before. And one of the things I realized is I finally got to the point where the truth is, I'm making so much money, I really don't want debt. I wanted to be completely debt free. I wanted to just make the money I made, cut 10% off the top, start donating to charities, make sure that I'm giving back. And so I wound up paying off everything. I bought my dream home about 3 years ago in Texas. And I showed a picture of it at an event I spoke at recently. And I said, it's one of those things where I've been in the business almost 20 years. Mm-hmm. And so not much impresses me. And I've built, multi-million-dollar houses before. So it takes a lot to impress me or to get my attention. And for whatever reason, I came around this corner in my favorite neighborhood in Dallas. And it was like the heavens opened and it was this property sitting in the woods on acreage. It was this massive ranch, all limestone, like hill country limestone, with a gray metal roof, steel roof, and just a pond in the front with water lilies, and the flowers in them. A tree with a swing hanging from it, just literally like that picture perfect house. And it just blew my mind. Mm-hmm. And it just kind of took my breath away. I'd never seen anything like it. And at the time, this was years ago that I had seen that house. I said this little prayer, God, if you ever want to give me the perfect house, it would be just like that. And at the time, I wasn't with eXp. And, I made a lot of money doing what I did, but nothing like what I'm making now.
Sure.
And I said, something just like that. I never, ever imagined God would give me that house and then pay it off because of what I had with eXp. So really just being in a position for the first time in my life, I'm a single mom. Mm-hmm. For the first time in my life, I literally have zero financial worries. I've funded my retirement. I have funded my kids' colleges. I have paid for all of my houses. I literally have lots of money put away. I'm invested in crypto. I'm invested in stocks. I can't even describe the magnitude of how this has financially changed my life. Wow. So that's just the financial piece.
Yeah.
To me, even bigger than that is it's changed me as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And I can honestly say that I have transformed being here. And I just finished going through Success Magazine, which we bought as a company, started a coaching company. This, and a buddy of mine who used to be my coach, Don Hobbs, is the CEO of it. And so we started this coaching company, and I just went through a round of training to become a success coach with them. And one of the things that really hit me is that the level of knowledge, the level of experience, the level of relationship, the level of collaboration, the level of access to things that you never would have had access to before, you have access to here. And so it's changed the way I am as a leader. It's changed the way I think, the way I feel, the way I help, the way I serve, the way I give, the way I collaborate. It's changed me as a person. And I can say that I am more like what, you dream about what you want yourself to be, or what kind of person you want to be, or what kind of leader you want to be, or what kind of parent you want to be. And I see how much I'm on that path to where I've always wanted to be and who I've always wanted to be because of this company. So I am eternally grateful, not just financially grateful, for eXp.
Wow, that is fantastic. And the financial success is awesome, but you can't take it with you. It's the lives that you touch. It's how you, from your kids to your friends to your business partners and people you don't even know. Obviously your charitable donations or your charitable works are doing that. You're probably, correct me if I'm wrong, Sheila, you are not only have your dream home in Dallas, but you are in Puerto Rico right now. And if I am looking out a window, I'm going to guess that there might be an ocean somewhere close to you. Yes,
sir. I'm actually sitting looking at the ocean right now.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. That is awesome. With all that going on, what is it that kind of drives you today? I mean, I know your real estate team does what they do. You have your organization, obviously incredibly successful on so many fronts, but even more so personal than probably business side. Well, what is it that drives you?
Honestly, helping people change, helping people get over their fear, helping people get over their obstacles in their own mind. And I'm actually getting ready to create a course that is based on identity coaching, really coaching people to their vision of who they want to be. And really, how do you get over that gap? How do you get through those walls or those things that keep you from accomplishing your wildest dreams? And that fires me up because you know that you're changing people from the inside out. Because it's one thing to change you on the outside, meaning give you money, feed you, give you clothes or whatever, but it's another thing to change you from the inside out. That changes you forever and everybody else you come in contact with. So that's what motivates me, is helping people change from the inside out.
Cool. So, and I know time is precious. I got just a couple more questions for you. So if you had an agent sitting in front of you right now that is skeptical about eXp, what would you say to them?
Well, I guess it depends on what they're skeptical about, because, numbers don't lie. So it's a little different than when I started and people were like, EX who? Because now we're the #1 brokerage, independent brokerage in America. We're also the #1 independent brokerage in the world as of last month.
Yes.
So we're one of the top companies in sales volume, and even compared to our growth. I mean, you look at our size. I think last month they announced that we did 1 billion more in sales than a big company with a red logo. And they are 180,000 versus our 60,000 agents. And we did $1 billion more in sales volume. So numbers don't lie. So outside of the numbers, what is it that that person's struggling with? You know, because it's not too good to be true, because it's already happening, right? So that comes off the table. Respect or size or accomplishments goes off the table, because we've won every award every year for the last multiple years. So then you get down to, what is it that's stopping you? Is it that you feel like you're too late? Is it that you feel like you can't do it? And so then it goes back to, you know, what do you believe inside? Because reality is, even if you are just a functioning agent, just regular solo functioning agent, if you're doing any kind of volume, I'm not talking about agents that don't do deals. I'm talking about actual working agents, because we have a lot of agents that have licenses that actually don't do business.
Right.
I'm talking, if you're doing any kind of volume at all, half capper, capper plus, you're still better off at eXp versus your brokerage. And the reason why is eXp rewards you with stock options on your transaction when you come in, when you cap, when you invite other agents. They have a reward that you can actually get your cap back. And then they have an equity program where you're allowed to use part of your commission to purchase stock at a 10% discount. So instead of you being at brokerage X right now, and you're only earning commission, and you're probably giving up the same or more to your brokerage than you would be to eXp.
Yep.
At eXp, you not only are going to earn stock on all the work you're doing, you're going to earn the possibility of getting your cap back in stock, which nobody has that. And on top of that, the gravy is if you want to invite your friends. And I've had a lot of people say, well, I don't want to attract agents, or I don't want to recruit. They don't like the idea of recruiting.
Sure.
I don't look at it like recruiting. I don't think I'm going to recruit you. That's not how my mind works. My mind works is that you and I are friends. I love working with you. I love being friends with you. And I'm going to show you eXp because I can show you a way we can actually finally work together. Even if we're running separate teams, we can work together to help each other build our businesses.
Yeah.
So I look at it, some people use the word agent attraction. I look at it as a partnership. I am partnering with agents. We become partners in this process when you come to eXp with me, because I'm then turning around and investing in you. I'm investing in your success. I'm investing in helping you build. I'm investing in helping you invite your friends. So I don't look at it as recruiting, because typical recruiting is like an Amway thing, you know, where you get people and you know some will fall, some won't, but you don't really do anything for them. You just kind of plug them into a system.
Yep.
That's not what we are about, and that's not what I'm about. I'm about partnering with people.
Yep.
So I guess it depends on where the agent's at and what they're struggling with would be what I would talk with them about, depending on what part that they're struggling with. Is eXp for everybody? No, we're not for everybody. But I think for anyone, no matter who you are, the most important thing in life for all of us, just separate from eXp, the most important thing for all of us is an open mind. If you don't have an open mind, you can't grow. If you don't have an open mind, you can't change. If you don't have an open mind, you can't learn. You can't succeed. You can't become. You can't achieve if you don't have an open mind. So I guess the one thing I would say to any agent at any level and any part of the process would be at least have an open mind and look at it, because you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you're missing. You don't see what's on the other side if you aren't willing to take a look. So I guess that would be the first thing I would say to somebody is be open-minded and take a look from the perspective of, I don't have to move, but would it make sense for me to consider it if it's something based on where I'm at in my business? Would it be something I should consider? And I think anybody who doesn't do that is doing themselves and their team an injustice, because they are missing out potentially. Again, we're not a fit for everybody,
Right.
but they're missing out potentially on the greatest thing that will ever pass by them in their lifetime that they could miss out on if they don't have an open mind.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I think you just hit the nail on the head there. You know, it's the open mind, and it's just take a look at it. And maybe it's not for you. I can't answer that question. You can't answer that question, but it's right for a certain segment. And some people have come here and just sold real estate and made a lot of extra money, not paying that certain company, overhead or franchise fee or whatever that thing is. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Hey, again, I know you're super busy today. We thank you for your time. Any other thoughts before you go?
I guess the thing I would say to everybody is you owe it to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your family to take a look at eXp, because it has and is revolutionizing the way real estate is being done in the world, not just in America. And give that gift to yourself of taking a look and seeing if it works for you.
That is fantastic. Fantastic. Sheila, I can't thank you enough for your time today. Guys, click the link below if you want some more information. Sheila is a fantastic partner to be with. She picks up the phone whenever you call, unless, of course, she's on a plane traveling. And just can't say enough good words about it. And again, guys, as we like to say, if you knew what eXp could do for you, you'd already be here. I think hearing Sheila has been fantastic today. I can't thank you enough. Go have a wonderful day, and we appreciate your time.
Bye-bye.